How are you today? Well, today I'm have another passage of the Bible for you. This time it's coming from First Kings, and this be chapter verse 11, chapters 1 through let's see here, 1 through 10 or so. Yeah, 10. And this is talking about King Solomon. I spoke about this before, but I have some more information that I want to reveal or discuss. It's a fairly deep passage, and to me, this might be the most important passage or video that I might be doing in this channel. And then again, it might not, but it's very important. I believe it's very important, and you'll see why when we finish. So I'm going to put this reader on and have this gentleman speak to you, and when he's done, we will go over it. So here we go.
First Kings 11. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense, and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which the Lord commanded.
Okay, so that's the passage I wanted to go over. And to kind of go over what was spoken before in another video, King Solomon had a dream, and in this dream, God had appeared to him, and God asked him, "What would you like? What would you wish for?" And King Solomon thought it over, and he said, "I want wisdom." And God was surprised, because God thought that Solomon would ask for riches. So when God heard his answer, he granted him the wisdom that he wanted, and he also gave him riches beyond his belief. So Solomon was the most wisest person ever to live, and most likely he was the most richest person ever to live. And that was because he received favor from God. And a lot of the favor he got from God was favor that was merited through David, his father, King David, his father. King David was the same David that killed Goliath. Okay, so David, because of his works, had a lot of goodwill built up, so to speak, or favor built up, and that favor cascaded or overflowed to Solomon, King Solomon. So here he is, Mr. King Solomon, with his 700 wives and 300 concubines, princesses, and this, that, and the other thing. And he was married to the Pharaoh's daughter. All right, so he wasn't slumming it at all. But I guess that wasn't enough. He needed another 999 women, which, whatever. So, but God was okay with the women. What he wasn't okay with was women that did not believe that God was God, that other women that believed in other gods. And he even forewarned Solomon because he said to him, here it says, of the nations concerning with the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. So basically, God was saying to Solomon, don't be with these women because they are going to turn you away from me, and I'm your God. All right, and but no. God, Solomon, with all his wisdom, right? Because Solomon at the time was the judge. He was the judge, and he was able to, that's a whole other story. But this guy had so much wisdom that he was the judge of Israel at that time. So basically, all right. So Solomon, with all his wisdom, was still coerced, and this is what I'm trying to get to. So basically, Solomon, with all the wisdom and all the money that you would ever need, and then some, turned away from God, who would give him all this stuff, because of these women's influences, right? So so this is what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to Solomon, who had so much favor with God. God gave him all the wisdom that he needed. Wisdom, okay, wisdom, and all the money he ever needed, right? And he had all these women, but he got involved with women that he should never gotten involved with. Women who adored other gods. And even though God warned him because of this, and also Solomon, with all his wisdom, should have known that, right? But this shows that sexual influence, a woman's sexual influence, or it can be a man's sexual influence, depends, right? Can beat all the wisdom in the world. Sexual influence trumps all the wisdom in the world. These women that were whispering in his ears about different gods, and then of course Solomon, and then says here that Solomon started building these idols, right? He built idols, worshiping these other gods, which really pissed off God, right? Then did Solomon build a high place for Shamash, the abomination of Moab, right? So and here is another, so he's building all these idols to worship these idols. And man, it must have been pissing off God to incredibly. So then God gets a little bit pissed off, of course, and he says, well, all right, you're doing your thing. All right. And it says here, God appeared to Solomon twice. So, Solomon had this connection with God, like nobody else, basically. And he still turned away from God because of these women's influences, these sexual influences. So it just goes to show you the power of sexual influence to people, right? It could be a man, it could be a woman, right? And so you have to really examine who you allow into your life as a sexual partner, as an intimate partner, as a mate. Because look what happened. Solomon had these women, and it's really incredible because he had 1,000 women. And you would think if he had 1,000 women that he would get somewhat jaded with all these women, but no, they were influencing him, and he caved into these people. And then God got pissed off him, and he pretty much cast them out of his life. And so that was basically the fall of King Solomon when he turned from God. So basically, what I'm trying to say to you people, be careful who you let into your life. The ones that are really close to you, they're your sexual partner, your mate. That person has a tremendous amount of influence because you can have all the wisdom in the world, and it will not be enough for you to get past that evil, that influence. So that's where I think this is the most important video, because that could be the downfall of many, many people. So, all right, people, thanks for listening to me.